Hi. Hey Trish, how are you? I am in my new digs for the summer. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I had to go out and buy some groceries, so tried to get that in before I did my live stream. So that's why I'm putting stuff away. I just barely got here. Oh, what are you doing over there? So you guys, you have to meet the sweetest puppy. Come here. Come here. Come on. I have a treat for you. Actually, I don't. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me pick you up. So I don't get Stella for the summer, but I get Amelia. Her name is Amelia Earhart. Isn't she beautiful? All right, I'll let you. She's my puppy for the summer. So how are you all? Yeah, isn't she Amelia Earhart? Just a doll. You guys. All right, I just have to finish putting away a few groceries, and then we're going to get started talking about, first of all, my travels yesterday, which were uneventful. And then we are going to, I got a list today because I don't want to just babble. So talk about meeting the cast, groceries, Drowsy Chaperone, our show, Fire, Cider, Milk, Kefir, chat, blog, all that, okay? So, just have to do a little bit more. Milk. Does the body good. Ah, guess who's going to be making sauerkraut? Hey, McClendon Homestead, where are you? I am in Park Rapids, Minnesota. It's where I lived for 6 weeks. And you guys, the weather is absolutely beautiful. It's like 68 degrees, very little humidity, light breeze. And oh, it's just been, this morning I got up early and I was sitting outside and it was beautiful. Everything's spicy. Hello, spicy. Blood X, hello, how are you? Who else? Hunting and stuff with JJ. Hey, thanks for coming in, you guys. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff today. I have a list. First thing I have to do is put away my groceries. So Okay, you guys, a lot of people don't like this, but this is my favorite barbecue rub. Now, I do make my own, but I let Famous Dave's do it most of the time. I know a lot of you have better ideas, but this is my go-to barbecue rub. Okay, so I think I got everything put away. You guys make sure you are meeting each other and greeting each other and comment, commit, and stick. Make sure that you watch every video or watch every video. Click on it and watch every video. Watch as much of the video as you would like watched of yours, which is apparently the whole thing, right? Okay. Hunting and stuff. Hi, blood. Okay, everybody's saying hello to each other. So make sure you hit the thumbs up. I have 9 people in here and I only have 3 thumbs up, which could mean something else, but that's okay. So I think I should get to my list so that we can get down to having fun. So once again, I want to thank everybody who came in so far. We have everything. Let's start at the top. Trish. We have McClendon Homestead. We have Blood X, which I love. That's great. Everything's spicy. Hunting and stuff with JJ. And I think those are the people that have commented. We have 9 people watching, but those are the people that have made comments. So I appreciate you being in here. So yesterday, you guys, most of you knew that I traveled from the cities, Twin Cities, 4 hours north to Park Rapids, which was uneventful. At the most, it was uneventful. There was one slowdown, so it wasn't that bad. Travel in Minnesota can be awful during the summertime. Absolutely awful, because we say here in Minnesota we have 2 seasons. We have winter and we have construction season, meaning it's hard to get anywhere. Doesn't matter where you're going in Minnesota, it's hard to get anywhere. Well, for some reason, I also use Google Maps. Google Maps got me up here, did a roundabout way here and there, but what could have been a 6-hour drive because of construction was only a 4-hour. Now, when there's no construction, it's usually about 3.5, or sometimes I can do it in 3. Shh, don't tell my husband. Sounds like Michigan. Yes, exactly. Lived on the Iron Range for 8 years. Coop 437. Coop 437, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. They can't do video editing, so there's just take and upload. Started one. Okay. So you guys, I have changed my schedule, and as you can see, you're in here. It's not a 5 o'clock live or a 5:30 live. It's a 9:30 a.m. live. And that's my plan, to do that every day. And hopefully I'll have interesting things for you guys to talk about. I also want to get out of a kitchen sometime, because there's so much to see in this state. So hopefully this summer I can take you on a few rides around the area, show you the beautiful parks. My God, Park Rapids has some beautiful parks. Show you some of the waters, because you know this is lake country. I would love to get out. Well, I would love to get out and show you that. Today is obviously my first full day here. So we're just going to do the live from the kitchen, and it's time to taste the fire cider, right? The bee lady, Elizabeth, the bee lady apiary, challenged me to try this, which it's interesting. It seems that this is getting everything spicy. You might like this. Fire cider gets spicier after you open it. So when I was first tasting it, I was like, oh, this isn't bad. I can drink a whole bunch of this. Well, yesterday I opened it up and shook it up and took a sip, and well, I'll show you. Why don't I just show you? It's not my kitchen. So this is all I'm going to do because it's intense. So let's go ahead and taste this. It has, for some reason, why would that be? Everything's spicy. Why would something that is, well, it's alive, so it's not, it hadn't been pasteurized, but it's getting spicier the more I drink. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. It's got, this has habanero in it. Oh, this does too. So we'll see. I'm going to strain this out for you guys. Okay. Cheers to you. Let's see. It's heating up. I wish Elizabeth, the bee lady apiary, was in here. I'm starting to understand what she's talking about. She says she has to have the water chase afterwards or the milk. I'm thinking, I may have to do that too. Oh, yikes. But people have been doing it for, hi, Julia.
Hi.
So I live in this house with Julia and a couple other people, and Julia's just getting up, so she may be shyly wandering around the kitchen or may go hide in the basement. I don't know. So everybody say hi to Julia. Da, da, da. So Julia is my host's niece, and she just bought a moped. Not that that's any interest to a cooking show, but I think it's really cool that she's riding a moped around town. Oh, passion for hunting and fishing. Hello. First live stream I ever entered. Thank you. You guys, I'm sure you know him. And if you don't, you should. You really should. There he is. There he is. There he is. Okay. So, and I already introduced Amelia, and everybody was like, oh, cute. She's so cute. She's so obnoxious. She's a little bit like Stella when Stella hasn't had a walk. So, Julia, I already cleaned the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah. Get something to eat. I won't show you, I promise. So I also went grocery shopping. So we have more. I didn't know if they wanted me to freeze the chicken and anything I bought, or
Possibly.
ew, a waffle. Okay, I will turn the screen away from you. Julia does not want to be on camera, and I totally get that. That's my deal, not hers. But she does like to be on stage. She's in the show. So you guys, finally got my piano score, conductor score. So what that means is when I listen to the music, I can follow along, and then I can start writing choreography notes, because that's what I have to do. I start choreography tomorrow. And, oh good, 10 thumbs up. Thank you guys. And it, did I see a homestead? Bruce Napier, thank you. Hi, Julia, Bruce says. Come on, people, 12 watching and only 8 likes. Well, now we have 10 likes, so we're good. I also probably have some other things going on, so. But anyway, you guys, the Drowsy Chaperone. This is the show I am choreographing this year, and it's pretty funny. How would you describe this show, Julia?
I've heard it described as like a play on a French farce.
Great. I have no idea what that means, a play on a French farce. So probably what that means is that it's just silly.
Very silly.
It's just silly. And I know I'm starting to choreograph it tomorrow, and I don't know what the show is about. It's just a silly little musical comedy. Would you call it musical comedy?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Silly little musical comedy, and it has a lot of 20s flapper dance and things like that. And if you don't know what that is, da, 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 Charleston. Okay. And other things like that. Alyssa, hello. Thanks for coming in. Alyssa is one of my, she like comes to everything. Every one of my live streams, every one of my premieres. shows up on videos that I didn't premiere months ago. It's just, she's one of the most wonderful human beings. Woo, water. Wonderful human beings I've run across on YouTube. And you guys, she is a poet and she is totally an inspiration. So please make sure you check her out. She's a wonderful human being. I love her. You try. You just are. Tech Worldwide. What? Why? Huh? Okay. Oh, McClendon Homestead. That's not dancing. That was flitting. But thank you. So anyway, we're doing this show. I have my score. Unfortunately, this year, usually when I get my score, I buy my score and then I can write all over it. Couldn't find the score anywhere to write. I mean, to buy. Is it a newer show, Julie?
I think it was debuted in like 2001, 2002.
So it's not even a new show, but I couldn't. Usually I'd buy my scores on eBay. Couldn't even find it on eBay. So we'll figure that out. All right, you guys. Time to do something with that fire cider. And I'm going to do a no-no. I'm going to use a metal strainer, which you're not supposed to use with any ferments or pickles or anything because it messes with the pH balance. But this is what I have today because I didn't bring any of my strainers. So how am I going to do this? First of all, we should do this. Is everything spicy still in here? Because if he is, this has habanero. It has habanero, black pepper, horseradish, rosemary, turmeric, ginger. I don't even know what it has in it. Oh, good, you're still here. Good. So let's strain this. What am I going to strain it into, Julia?
One of the random bowls.
A random bowl. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can do this.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to move this down so you can see. There we go. It smells good. Oh yeah, it's got onion and garlic in it too. Stop, you're killing me. I want some, please. Everything's spicy. You're crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna hold this here and let it strain. It really smells powerful. I can't smell the onion like I thought I would be able to. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm glad, McClendon Homestead. I'm glad for you. I can definitely smell the rosemary. Just a little bit more. And I can smell the turmeric as well. Hello, Cantina Inspirations. Yes, thank you, Everything Spicy. I'm really surprised that I'm noticing that my Nightbot is not in here. I'll have to, that's all right. We'll figure it out. Good, hey, Elizabeth, what do you think this is? We're doing the fire cider. Remember I made it? Now we're tasting it. Okay. I think that's about it. Okay, we're going to put that aside. Do you think Gail would be okay if I used this? Or is she using that for dressing?
She uses that for dressing.
Okay, so we won't use that. Maybe I'll just put it into. I'm not in my own kitchen and I forgot my jars to put things in. So, She's got to have another jar. Oh. Okay. We're looking for jars. Yeah. Okay. So what should we do? It's more than a pint, isn't it? I think so. We'll just put it into this right now, and then I'll transfer it to something smaller a little later. Ooh, the rosemary is really strong. So, bee lady, this is for you. That's all I'm doing. Wish me luck. Da, 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 da. I'm avoiding it. I'm really avoiding it. It smells hot. Julia, it smells hot.
No.
Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It's the habanero. You're not doing it. Yes, I'm doing. No, I'm not doing it on an empty stomach. Oh, Amelia. No, I'm not doing it on an empty stomach, but I will do another one just to make sure I get that burn. Yep. That's good. You know what, Elizabeth? I think it's better. I don't know if I'm going to use the reuse the solids. Oh, it is a nice burn. It's not too intense. I'm lying. It's very intense. Okay. So, Julia. I should probably drink some milk. Okay. This is good. Okay. Hello. I just did my own fire cider. Okay. I am not a pepperhead, but I do like a solid, refreshing burn. This is pretty intense. Everything spicy, this would be easy for you. Oh yeah, okay. All right, I think I'm gonna pour myself some milk. Okay, I have milk over here. Oh, that's a cute little thing. I should have used that. Yes. Okay, I think this will help. Everything spicy milk is, yeah, it has a great taste though. It has a great taste. Now, milk is good for the burn. Bee lady, it's not a burn. It's a warmth that kind of like brandy. Well, maybe whiskey. I don't know. One of those. Now I'm sweating though. That's interesting. I haven't had that happen before. You have a new tablet and it's ready to go. Okay. Bruin Kitty. Yay. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. I got 3/4 the way through your play all, And I'm going to go back and finish it. I have it on finish, on my list to finish. So we're good there. All American Grandpa, thanks for coming in. Lynx Acres, hi. Thank you for coming in. I made it to Park Rapids. I'm safe. It was uneventful. Oh my God, I'm sweating everywhere. I just tasted my fire cider, which is made of apple cider vinegar, ginger, fresh horseradish, pepper, habanero pepper, rosemary, onion, garlic, and I think there are 2 or 3, turmeric. There's a couple other ingredients. And it is warm. It is really warm. But the milk helped, so we're good there. Speaking of milk, I need to run and get a packet of starter in my room, and then we're going to move on to making some kefir milk. So you guys don't go anywhere. Stay right there. I'll be right back. Oh my God, that was hot. What? Holy. Oh, your waffles smell so good. So you guys, this is a packet of kefir milk starter. And what it is a number of bacteria and yeast in powder form, just like yeast that you find when you buy bread yeast or whatever. This is formulated to make kefir milk. Kefir milk is a fermented yogurt-like drink. And you can do it with either kefir grains or a kefir, the kefir starter. And I prefer to use kefir starter because it's easier, and then I don't have to worry about straining out the grains every 2 days. And this doesn't multiply. It just you can use it, once you've made it, you can continue to use it as a starter. So first thing I'm going to do, I'll show you. We'll get the fire cider out of the way. So we're going to pour our milk in. It doesn't expand, so I'm going to go ahead and go all the way up here. You want to start with a close to room temperature milk so that it doesn't shock the yeasts. And then it's as simple as this. And if you see, it looks just like yeast. Where are Gail's wooden spoons? That's all right, I'll use. You guys, when you make, if you intend to make any kind of kefir or ferment, don't use metal. You saw how I use metal on the fire cider. That's already a fermented beverage with the cider, so it's not that, it won't be that disturbed by using metal, but something like, oh look, isn't that cute? I'm not in my own kitchen, so I keep finding these lovely things. So use something that's not metal when you do this. And so we're just gonna stir this in, and we're gonna leave it on the counter. And by tomorrow, or since this is a new starter, it might be 2 days, this will turn into a fermented yogurt-like drink. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead. This is usually my fermentation corner over here when I'm up here. Hey, Julia, do you know how this butter thing works?
Yeah.
You put butter in it and then
Water.
Okay, because there is enough. I think I'll do that too.
Okay.
So that. This is the coolest butter thing I've ever seen. I'll show you guys this in a second. So, like I said, this is usually my fermentation station. I just let things sit over there in that corner. When I started staying here 3 years ago. Was it 3 years? This is my third year. When I started staying here 3 years ago, I had that corner. These poor people, they didn't really know me. And here I am. I've got beet kvass going. I've got water kefir. You weren't here that first year, were you? Oh my God. I had water kefir going. I had kombucha. And this whole corner over here was like jars and jars and jars. And they're like, who is this woman? But then they enjoyed the fruits of my labor. So that's good. Trash. So the butter thing, you guys, this wasn't on the plan, but I have some butter that's been sitting out here. And so I'm going to put it in the butter thing. And so here is the butter thing. I don't quite understand it. I don't know why it works. Maybe somebody else knows. So you put the butter in here. You put how much water?
Just so it doesn't overflow.
And you put water in here so it doesn't overflow, Julia says. And you put the butter in there and the butter stays more solid and cool. So let's do that. Wow. I'm sure Gail would be okay if I did this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just taking over the kitchen here. Okay, there's that. Has anybody ever seen anything like this before? I hadn't seen anything like this before I came to this house. Oh, All-American Grandpa says it keeps it fresh. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, there's that. And just cold water, right? Mm-hmm. So enough water so it doesn't overflow. There we go. That's it. I'd never seen anything like it, but the butter seems to stay fresh, like All-American Grandpa says. Amanda Brealey Mandy's Magic Moments. You're getting hooked on this video, really? Or somebody else's. Do you have a so Bee Lady, here's what you do. You get it to a point where it has become a yogurt-like drink consistency. Then you take 8 scoops, like 8 tablespoons, and put it into another jar and start another batch. And then you take, you can either drink it plain like that, which I don't like it plain. It tastes too much like plain yogurt. Or you flavor it. And so I will be flavoring it with Bolthouse Farms Amazing Mango. So I take about an ounce. All it needs is an ounce to flavor it. So I take about an ounce and put it in. Jace, what? So, sorry, I'm reacting to somebody who's in my live stream. Jace Jacobs, how are you? Julia, if you get a chance, if you like poetry and you want to feel good about yourself, there's a guy on YouTube named Jace Jacobs, jar of poetry, and he wears a headband. He is he's really good at his poetry. It's just these little 3-minute videos. And two, he just inspires you. So if you guys, I was just telling Julia about Jace, but you guys should check. If you don't have Jace, please go check him out. Leave my stream and go check out Jace because he's amazing. When I was during the winter months, Jace, I'll get back over there more often. But during the winter months, I would, first of all, I'd start out in the morning with Iron Dog 63 and then Trisha's motivational moments. I'd go back and forth between the two of them for my morning coffee and cream. And then right after my dance class, I'd click and there's Jace. I'd listen to his poetry and he'd send me over to another channel of something he'd like. And this is what he does, guys. This is what he does. And then I'd just be uplifted for the rest of the day. So I encourage you all to find those channels that make you feel really good and then support them because they're doing their job for you and you can do your job for them by supporting and watching their videos. So, yes. So that's what I have to say about Jace. And back to the milk kefir. So I flavor it with Bee Lady. I flavor it with Bolthouse Farms. This is like a breakfast drink. You can use any kind of juice. You can use fresh. You can use fresh fruit. You can do anything you want to flavor it, or you don't have to flavor it. I prefer to flavor it because I don't like the flavor of plain yogurt, and to me, that's what plain milk kefir tastes like. So I'm gonna put this back and put my milk back, and I gotta get a lid for the fire cider. Ooh, Jace, the fire cider. So I am not going to take you on a tour of the house. Yes, fire cider, Jace, because it's not my house. You get to see the kitchen, but until I get permission to show the rest of the house, I won't. However, I will take you out the front door to show you how beautiful it is as long as my connection, I don't know how far can I go on the Wi-Fi here, do you think?
Still above the blue garage.
Okay, so you guys, that's what I'm gonna do right now. We've done the milk. Oh, I gotta get a lid for the fire cider, hold on. I slept so well on that air mattress. Oh my God. It was beautiful. So fire cider doesn't look like anything you'd want to drink, does it? But it's really good. Okay, I want to take you, I'm going to put this away. And I want to take you, people will go away if they don't see your face. I want to take you outside. Once again, I'm on my laptop. Oh, look, there's Fritz. Okay, Fritz is the cat. Hey, Fritz. Hello, Amelia. Amelia, you're not going outside with me. So those are my two animals for the summer. Fritz, you can go outside. No, you stay, Amelia. Oh, Amelia's an active dog. So here is where I'm living for the summer. There's my car. Yep, there's my car. And I can't go very far because the Wi-Fi may cut out on me, but tree line. So that's just the front yard, you guys. It's awesome. The only thing that happens is the only thing that happens here that's not good is that because we have so much grass and Minnesota's so humid, then we tend to get a lot of mosquitoes. So right now there are no mosquitoes. There's wind though. So if I cut out, I'm sorry. Just let me know if I'm buffering. So I'm gonna take a walk on the deck. And so here's the other side. Isn't that pretty? And then we got new, I don't live here. They got new lawn furniture. So I should go get my coffee and we could hang out here for a while. I got all my chores done. So, wow, thank you. I can't wait to hear it. Why do you visit their family? They invited me. So these people are involved in the show that I'm doing. And I had at first stayed out 20 miles into the woods, which I was used to that because on this one lake where where I was staying my first year here 5 years ago, my family had owned a cabin on that lake, but my family isn't here anymore. It just felt way too isolated. And then I met Gail, or the person that I'm staying with. Her name is Gail. And I actually asked them if I could stay with them because they're closer to town. They are in the town, but outside of the town, outside of the downtown. So it's a really nice area, and it's peaceful here. So they let me stay. Yes, it is paradise. It Bee Lady, you can get it at Walmart. So it's nice stuff. It is porous, so it rains here all the time in Minnesota. So you know, if it rains and you have the patio furniture with the cushions, you can't sit on it for 4 days. But these are nice because they're porous. It's just a sheet of some sort of plastic fiber and water goes right through it. So what is the cider good for? The fire cider good for? Bee Lady, you told me to look it up and you're asking me what it's good. I started it because of you. Actually, I guess it's popular in New England and also in California. I don't know. I have no idea. I do know that it's good for your gut. It's also because it has ginger, turmeric, garlic, onion, and spices. It's really good for knocking. Colds out of your body. That's what I've read. As Carter's Eat, hello, you're here. You're here. You're here. You guys, if you don't know Carter's Eat, she is my inspiration. She is one of my biggest inspirations, and she's also telling me how to do it right. So it's good for knocking out illness as well as keeping it away, because you know that garlic and ginger, well, garlic is a natural antibiotic. Ginger is good for the gut. Apple cider vinegar is good for the gut. Onions are good for your soul. I forget what onions are good for. I think they're also good. They act to fight off free radicals. And oh God, there's so much knowledge that goes into just this one drink. I can't even tell you. I'm looking at The person, all American, the person that told me about fire cider is the person that asked me about it, my mod, the bee lady apiary. And so she's like, have you ever tried it? And I'm like, no. So I went out and bought a jar, but it was $14.99 for 5 ounces. I'm like, I can do better than that. So I got more than half a quart. Ooh, it's hot, you guys. I'm gonna have to go back inside. That sun is burning. I should finish one thought, but I'm going to go into this for a second. So I complained all winter about no sun, and I complained about how cold it was. Now I'm hot, and there's too much sun. Can't keep me happy, can you? So All-American bee lady told me about it. It was way expensive, and so she sent me about 4 different recipes I could try, and I mixed them up and found the ingredients and whatever I wanted. And then I put it together, and this is the first tasting. I made it 3 weeks ago. And it's good. It's good. I think it's better than the fire cider that I bought because I can taste more of the flavors I like the really like the rosemary hint coming through. That's really, oh yeah, so there's rosemary in it. And I know that rosemary is good for something, but I have no idea what it is. Hey, the Winston family, you are still rolling along on my computer. You have a long play all. But of course, I've had to stop. Like yesterday, I had to stop for 4 hours. And then I forgot there's one night I forgot to plug in the computer, so it died. So, I mean, it's partially me that's making it take so long. But yeah. All right, so everybody is here, and I am loving it. Who has a beautiful soul, me or Jace? It's probably Jace. I hope I have a beautiful soul too. And speaking of soul, I forgot to do my mantra. You guys, you have to. This is helping me so much. The more I say this, the stronger I feel as a human being. So just a reminder, you guys, you got to live. You got to live your life. There's so many things that are going to happen in this world. And so much of it is going to make you feel like you don't understand it or whatever, but you got to live your life. You got to believe in who you are and live your life. You got to love those around you because we don't know, right? We don't know. So love them like it's your last day or it's their last day, but don't think of it that way. And you got to continue learning because that's the only thing that's going to keep your brain functioning as you get older. And that's really why I say learn, because as I get older, I'm recognizing if I get stuck, I start to lose it. It's just like exercise. As you get older, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So continue to learn, guys. Live, love, and learn. That's the most important mantra in my life. And it came to me, if Carter's Eat is still in here, it came to me because I was watching Carter's Eat, Lisa. I was just watching her loving herself, loving her family, laughing. And I thought, there's something missing in my life. I'm not laughing enough. I'm not loving enough. I'm not loving myself enough. And I don't feel alive. And watching her and then forcing myself to smile on YouTube, I'll talk about that in a second too. Watching her, it dawned on me that I needed to live, really live, and I needed to love everyone, and I needed to continue learning, and I was learning from her. So that's how that came to me, was through watching Lisa on Carter's Eat. So I hope if she's here still, lots of love, right? Went back to college at 50 years and went all the way, got my Uh, early onset. Yep, you're right. Oh, Trish, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Trish was the first one in, and I really appreciate that. Um, I'm gonna go back inside, you guys, because I'm hot. My Minnesota skin is not used to this yet. So, oh, look at those clouds. Those of you that love clouds, come to Minnesota. We have nothing but clouds. Now it looks like we have some blue sky. That's amazing. So, you guys share out the live. I'm going to be here for a little bit, and I would love to have lots and lots. But if I can't have lots and lots, I love having you. And also, I need to take a moment to get myself a cup of tea, as well as do something else. There's Amelia. There's Amelia. Where's Amelia? There's Amelia. She gets so excited. Okay, my computer is adjusting to the light. Julie, are you okay if I continue to live stream in here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's see what I'm doing here. Blog choreography, etc. Okay, so what I need to do, you guys, I need to go to little girl's room. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Amelia, you did not go in my room. Okay. All right, I'm back, and you're still here. That's amazing. Wow, that's me. Our daughter has been doing it for years and throughout her pregnancy afterwards. Okay. Alyssa Kerwood. Yep, the brain is like a muscle. Yes. Jace had a massive amount of time and done poetry. Always help. Alyssa, yes, you do. Okay, you guys, I'm just trying to catch up in the chat. Trish, sorry, gotta run. We knew that. Okay. Maybe one day someone will start a book club on here. Hint, hint. Shall we? Two English teachers speaking to one another, a book club. What book do you want to read? Let's do it. Let's do it. That'd be great. But I haven't done a book club in years. That would be fun though. You guys, so at the end of every one of my videos, I say go by and see my blog. Well, I am an inconsistent blog writer. So my goal this summer is every time I do a recipe, I'm going to do a blog post. That's what I started when, really, Amelia? Oh, God, that's sharper than Stella. Wow. Okay, so, dirt to soil. Okay, my aunt was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Oh, Alyssa, I'm sorry. I have been working on 4 books for 6 years, almost done with one. I actually have a book that is finished that I'm going to self-publish under another name because I write romance. Believe it or not, I write romance. But I've been kind of shy to, the fun kind of romance. I've been kind of shy to print it I have to go back and do some other stuff with it. Some mail. Okay, Alyssa Kerwood, so sorry to hear. Oh, okay. It was listing books. Listing books I want to do. Lynx Acres, why don't we? This would be fun. Why don't we do that? We'll start a book club. I need to write this in my notes. And like, but what do people like to read? That's what I'm in. Yes, ooh la la, the bee lady. Yes. The name of the, no, I'm not going to tell you the name of the book. Anyway, what do we want to read? What do we want to read? If we do start a book club, what genre? I'm all about memoir, but you know, that might not be fun to people. Anyway, you guys think about that while I tell you about inconsistent blogging. So it's so funny. Nerdy information books are great. I love ice cream. I like ice cream too, except for I can't eat most store-bought ice cream. So my blog, it's of the same name, Kicking It with Karen Beyond Sauerkraut. Sadly, I got so busy in the end of the year. I haven't written since I think mid-March or early April. My goal is to start that again this summer. I should have time. There shouldn't be, so my schedule is going to look like this. I'm going to try to get up by 7 every day. I'm going to live stream every day at 9:30, 9:30. Don't forget that. And if you're East Coast, that's 8:30. And if you're West Coast, I think, what is that? Geez, that might be 6:30. I don't know. No, 9. What is West Coast time? I don't know. Pacific time. I don't know. Moments. Me too. You should go see her. I have no idea, All American Grandpa. I have no idea what Pacific Coast time is. Is it 2 or 3 hours removed from us? It's 8:20. Yes, but Jace, Arizona doesn't practice. It doesn't practice daylight savings. So, like when I went to Arizona in April, was it April? You were. I don't know how it works, but you guys are weird. I wish we were as weird as you are because I'm not actually pleased with daylight savings time. So how much longer are you going to stream for? I was planning on going 2 hours today, but if you want me to quit, I will. I just wanted to say one more time. Say it one more time. Say what? Oh, stop it, All American. You got to stop. And I'm just going to call you All American. I'm going to drop the G word after that because there's some interesting people out there. So I can't wait until the USA and USA Original Eastern. That would be really interesting if we were all on Eastern time. Man, I'd never see the sun. Or I'd see the sun so late into the night. That would be, I don't want to talk about time. Oh, it's 3 hours. Okay, Alyssa. So goal number 1. Okay, goal number 1 for release, you guys, is to be to 1,500 hours by Sunday. I am this live stream should have brought me over at least 1,200. But 1,500 by Sunday. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to keep doing it. But I got sidetracked. I was telling you my schedule so that you know when I'm going to be live. So getting up at 7, live streaming at 9:30, doing choreography from 11:30 to 1:30. Oh, yes, no. It'll either be choreography from 11:30 to 1:30, or it will be editing videos from 11:30 to 1:30 and so that I get my videos done too. Because remember, my goal is also to still have 3 videos a week, Sunday and Sunday at 5, Tuesday at 5, and that's Central Standard Time, and Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 5. That's my summer schedule because, of course, in the school year, I have to, if I'm going to stream, I need to be streaming at 5 or 6 p.m. And then my videos need to go at 7. Otherwise, I mean, I'm in school. I can't stream during school. I tried that one time. Some of you might remember. I had to do it silently, and then my students started talking. I was like, whoa, this is not a good idea. Even though they all sign media releases, it's not with their permission that they're on YouTube. Their voices are on YouTube. So cut that off. That wasn't a good idea. You guys are talking about all sorts of good food here. How many minutes is that? Bee lady, are you talking about, so I need 300. Let's see how many minutes. Okay, let's see how many minutes that is. So 300 divided by. Okay. Wrong. It's not divided. 300 times. Oh my God. I don't know. Times. Okay. 18,000 divided by. $18,000 minutes. It's 18,000 minutes. Hey, Carter's Eat, you're back. Were you here when I was talking about you earlier? Because I was nice. Not nice. I was just telling the truth, the absolute truth. And then I had to come inside because it was too hot. So 300 minutes. Oh, Langsakers, you're making kombucha. Julie, I forgot my kombucha at home.
Oh no.
I'm making kombucha vinegar right now. All right. Hey, you guys, we've been here an hour. If I can make it an hour and a half, I'll be so happy. Okay, cholesterol analyst nurses told me that Cheerios and oatmeal every day lowers it. Have you found success with that, Bee lady? Because Cheerios, I thought Cheerios used a lot of fat. Depends on what kind of fat. I don't know. So I got stuck. I heard what you said earlier, and then the sun got hot. Then what did you say? About how you inspired me? Did you hear that part? About how, because I was trying to give you a compliment. But you guys, now I think I need some sun again. So I'm just going to go inside now. What are you doing?
No.
Okay. I'll just keep going in and out and in and out. I hope you don't mind. I got through my list of stuff to talk about. Oh, there's a lovely breeze. And there's Amelia. There is an absolutely lovely breeze. Yes. Let's go over here. I think I can get some shade and... Oh, can you guys see me? Yeah. Well, Amelia, what are you doing? Come here. Okay, can you go be a dog someplace else? Can you go be a dog someplace else? Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Oh. Oh, thank you. Oh, right. Yeah, maybe that's it. The lady, I had, 2 shots of the fire? Well, I had a shot of the I had a shot of the regular fighter or the store-bought. Okay, I love you too. I love you too. I had a shot of the regular fire cider, and then I had 2 of mine. That's probably what's going on here. What are naked oats? Is that just that's just what the brand is called, right? Sounds terrific. Thank you for being here, Winston, the Winston family. So, I haven't done roll call in a while. These are the people we've had in here, and I feel so blessed, so blessed. So, McClendon Homestead, everything spicy. Watch me drink some of my fire cider, and he said oh my God, you're making me jealous. Cantina Inspirations, Passion for Hunting and Fishing was in here. Power Girl Nation, I didn't even get a chance to say hello to her. Oh, Bruin Kitty was here. B Lady's here. B Lady's here. Gaming with JT was here or is here. Power Girl Nation. I already said that. One Peaceful Mind was here. Hello. I hope I said hello to her. And Trish was here, but she had to go. I know. Alyssa's here and is always here. All American is here. I'm not going to say that other word. Lynx Acres is here. And Carter's Eat is here. Purple Gang was here. This is great, you guys. Spice, yes. Bruce Napier, Bruce, if I missed this comment. He said, I never understood why people eat or drink things that hurt them. The pain, the sweating is your body's reaction to what is consumed. It isn't that painful. It's actually different than pain. It's spicy, and you guys, I'm not a pepperhead, so I understand what Bruce is saying, but I'm not a pepperhead. I don't eat the sweat that was going on wasn't like I was going, oh, but I did drink some milk to cool things down. Lynx Acres, Jace Jacobs, Butter for the Win. Yes. Okay. I was way behind on the chat. Wow. You guys had quite the conversation, and I was really just chatting away. I apologize. Well, I'm not going to apologize. You look like you had some fun. You should see this cat out here. So this is a country cat for real. Oh, Amelia. Oh my God. This country cat just caught himself something and carried it away in his mouth, but was running like a lion. These country kittens. Oh my God. Amelia, are you okay? You got kind of hooked up. Amelia. Anyway. So, okay, let's see what's going on down here. Okay. Nowhere did you leave? Okay. Carter's Eat. Her regular summer trip goes home every 2 weeks on the weekend. Yes. Okay, Carter's Eat. Okay, got it. Oh, so Stella is. So here's the deal. This is why this is my last summer. I've done this. This is my 5th year, and I leave almost immediately after school to come up here to choreograph a musical, but I'm away from my husband for 6 weeks. Last year, 2 years ago, I started going home every 2 weeks because that's just way too much time. Just way too much time. I can't handle that. And I'm sorry, you guys. I wish I could do cat entertainment television because this cat is crazy and making me feel like squirrel. Anyway, so every 2 weeks I go home, but the drive is 4 hours. So I go home on Friday, 4 hours. I see my husband I get there about 6 o'clock, and I come back on Monday morning. So of those 56 hours that I'm home, or 64 hours, how many hours is it? 24, 48. 92. Well, it's not even 92 hours that I'm home, but 8 of them are spent on the road. 2 of them are spent recovering from driving because, when you're seated for 4 hours straight. I know you know this, Carter's Eat, because you went on that trip to Chicago. You know how it's so hard to sit. So hard to sit that long. That's true, Winston family. I'm just seeing. Okay, just a minute. What is going on? There's something. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. So, yeah, the Winston family. What she said about herself is so true. She is one of the most loyal. Well, all of my mods, everybody in here, is so loyal. I am always surprised to see how consistent people are, and I try to be consistent too. I try to be as consistent as possible. And if I can't get into live streams, I go and I do play-alls, playlists, whatever you want me to do. And a reminder to all of you, I have 5 devices up here. I have 3 computers and 2 iPads because I wanted to pay it forward and pay it back. So if you need watch time, please go ahead and if you need watch time, Carter's Eat loved every minute of sitting on your behind. Really? Oh my God. You know that's not me. You know that I can't do that. I can't. As a matter of fact, I make up, you guys, cat entertainment television out here. I'm telling you. I make a point of stopping every hour for at least 3 minutes. Oh, Amelia. Oh God, you're on a lead. Oh. So Amelia keeps chasing the cat, forgetting that she's on a lead because Amelia doesn't know not to leave the yard. And so she runs at 100 miles an hour chasing the cat and gets whipped around. And that just, oh, I know she's a puppy, so she'll be okay. But, oh, I don't want her to do that anymore. Amelia, you're all tangled up. You guys, I got to untangle the dog. Come on, puppy. Oh, come on. Come on. Don't worry about the cat. Oh, what did you do now, Amelia? Okay, come here. Now you're okay. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm untangling the dog. Amelia, come on. Okay. Nah, watch out. So Amelia's a little different than Stella in that she's got super. She's also a bulldog type, but she's bulldog and I think Jack Russell Terrier. Jack Russell Terriers are full of a lot of energy, so I think she might be pug, but anyway, she's got bulldog in her somewhere. Don't you? Who's a good puppy? She's got, you can see in this shape in her, come here. The shape of her head right here. This is the bulldog part of her. This part is the Jack Russell. This dog, this little puppy right here, who is smaller than Stella, Amelia, who is smaller than Stella, right, can jump an 8-foot fence. And that's the Jack Russell Terrier in her. That's why, she can jump an 8-foot fence. That's why they have her on the lead, because they had her in a kennel that had an 8-foot, it was 8 feet. She actually jumped that. I watched her, what she does is she jumps, and with her long toenails and long paws, she grabs on and then pushes from the bottom and over it she goes. It's amazing to watch, but also really frustrating, because then you got to put a dog on something like this, and she's so full of energy. She's just so full of energy that she doesn't know, oh God, you got dog breath. She doesn't know when she's supposed to stop. And then I'm afraid for, I never like to put a dog on a lead like this, but okay. Okay. You know, the bee lady, here's what's happening. I actually am cutting my trip a day short. I got to get out of the sun again. I'll go sit over here. I should really bring a chair over here. This is not an invitation for you to come and talk to me, Amelia. I should put a chair over here, but I am cutting it short this year. I'm not going to miss Troy that much, but you know what? 320 Homestead. This isn't my dog, so yeah, that would be a good idea. Maybe something I will talk to them about. What's an anti? But is that a real thing? McClendon Homestead. Yes, this is my home for 6 weeks. I don't own it. Okay, so just say Miss Troy. I miss Troy and go home. No, I have a contract, and what I do is I just, I go home those 2 weeks, and I am cutting it short. I am leaving. There is a work day on Sunday. Our last show is on Saturday, whatever, the first weekend in August, and I'm leaving Sunday. I'm also going home once our show opens. I'm going home on that Monday because Troy bought me tickets to see Jack Black. I love Jack Black. So bought me tickets to see Tenacious D. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Tenacious D. It's Jack Black's rock band, and it's hilarious. They sing things like Burrito Supreme. Anyway, contract. Why is there someone else there? Okay, so bee lady, here's the deal. I work for an opera company. Julia is in the show. Julia is the niece of the woman who owns the house. The woman who owns the house is in the show. The woman's husband the woman who owns the house and her husband, right, Jace? He does lights and sound for the show. So we're all wrapped up in the show. I have a contract for choreography. Julia, so it's a semi-professional company, and I just happen to be able to find a family to stay with. Otherwise, I would be staying out with the directors on their compound, and that was 20 miles out of town in the woods, which is fine. I love the woods, but the mosquitoes, and it's way too lonely out there for me. I like being able to get into town really quick. So that's what is going on. Yes. Oh, doesn't Troy come with you? Why doesn't Troy come with you? Troy has a job. 6 weeks is too much. And he's not a fan of Park Rapids really right now. Not because it's an awful place. It's that he has a job. He works. So this is my job during the summer. Remember, you guys, I'm a teacher. So teachers oftentimes have to have a job during the summer. So this is my job during the summer. I used to do summer school, and although I made just a little bit more money doing summer school, this is more fun, but it's far away from home. Does that make sense to you all? Yes, Tenacious D, yes, Troy. Elizabeth, Troy works. Yes, he works a lot. He works a different kind of job than I call him the tooth fairy because he's a driver. He's been a driver all his life. When he was in the Army, he was a sharpshooter and a driver for the captain or something like that. He also drove tanks. He's driven buses. That's his profession, driving. So as the tooth fairy, he delivers teeth. He drives the teeth from the lab, the dental lab, to the dentist. So he works. He works hard. He works too hard for the amount of money he makes, but he's happy because he's a driver, and That's what he loves to do. He gets to listen to music all day long and doesn't have to talk to people unless they call him and tell him to go to a different site to drop off something. So the bee lady. So live theater is a little bit different. You have to work with non-dancers and you have to work with bodies of individuals. So as a choreographer for a musical, I have to work with people who don't know how to dance. Ah, Carter Z, I wanna go to Cuba. Can I be her student? Um, so when you are choreographing a musical, again, there are people that don't know how to dance, so you have to make them look good on stage. The only way to be able to do this is to help them move their bodies. So they have to learn how to move in a way. All American Grandpa, yes, I will. I said that word. All American, I certainly will. Heck, yes. Okay, you guys. I will definitely thank Troy for his service. I every time I see a serviceman, I pay that one forward too. Um, so I was talking about choreography, and I wanted to explain that. And I was talking about people not being able to dance, and then you have terrific dancers, and somehow you have to take people who can't dance, like really don't. You ask them to start walking on their right foot and they walk backwards on their left. And that's not a criticism. It's that they don't have a sense of where their body is in space. Um, so you have to be able to take these people and create something that moves the story forward in song and dance. It is, I found out later in my life. Now you guys make me want to do it again next year, even though I haven't started. I love this. I absolutely love this because with a consortium of people, your director, your technical director, the choreographer, the costume designer, the set designer, you create this beautiful piece of work, and it's like a moving sound portrait. It's a moving sound portrait. It's you're going through a book and you're seeing the whole thing move at the same time. It really is a beautiful thing. SV tickle me Finn. Hello, hello. So where is the opera on stage? This opera, okay. So opera companies don't always just do opera. They do musicals or light operettas, or they do so there's a number of things they can do. So a musical, so the opera isn't a standing thing that stands on stage and sings. Right now we're doing a musical, and it's musical theater. Does that make sense? Bee lady. Okay. The company I'm working with is called Northern Light Opera Company. Light opera is the phrase that's important because that allows them to do musical theater, light opera, um, musical, or cabaret, things like that. If they were straight opera, they'd have to do opera. They probably would do musicals as well, because I know that the Minnesota Opera does musicals as well. I'm confused, bee lady. So I'm working in Park Rapids at the Northern Light Opera Company, and we're doing a musical. That's about as yes, you can buy tickets to it. Yes, if you want to fly to Minnesota, you can buy tickets to attend. Just look up Northern Light Opera Company, and you'll see. Okay, yeah, you guys come on up. You'll see. My work is good. My work is good. I sang out loud once, "SV, tickle me, Finn." I don't sing. I don't sing. I mean, I will every now and then. I'll fake it and try to make it, and I'll sing in church if nobody can hear me. But I don't sing. I dance and I choreograph, and I don't even dance much anymore. I dance to take class so that I can choreograph. So yes, I'm going to be there. What did Carter Z say? Did she say let's go? My sister. Okay, no, she went to Cuba. Yeah, okay. So Bruce, oftentimes if you can't see anything, if you just hit the refresh button or go all the way out and then come all the way back in, you should be okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. I didn't know Cuba let folks in. I thought that that's true. Carter's Eat. Lisa, I thought that the Trump administration stopped all travel to Cuba. There's a bunch of misinformation out there, but I thought that was a new thing. So I don't know. I used to be an amateur operatic society. We did Pirates of Penzance, which is a light opera. That's correct. Uh, and other, and on the other hand, Carousel. Carousel is also a light opera. So those are crossover musicals. And we were considering both of those for our high school, but we don't have the operatic voices to do that. But they can pass as musical or a light opera. I sing solo. Solo, no one hears me. You go ahead, All American. I wish I could have a play put together for people like, excuse me, Alyssa. Interestingly, we do have a theater in Minnesota that does it's an inclusive theater. I forgot the name. All types of people with every kind of ability participate in musicals and plays and all that. And like I said, I forgot what the company is, but Alyssa, you could always start one or find somebody to help you start one. You will get grant money you will get grant money to start that. But you probably want to find a director if you've never done theater, or if you have, then, but you might. Okay, 320 Homestead, I will see you. Thank you so much. If you want to share out the live before you go, I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to be here for another 30 minutes. As long as I have people in here. Yes, Alyssa, people. Oh God, SV Tickleman, tickle me, Finn. You are cracking me up. Did you guys see what he said? When my wife tells me to go to work, I do Les Miserables. That's beautiful. That is hysterical. I also took a theater course in college, fascinating, and we had to go to local plays and make up playbills. Yes, that's like intro to theater. I had to take that too, and then I got a theater degree. I didn't even lady. Listen to this, and everybody else. This is how silly I am. I was in a theater program with a dance emphasis for my Bachelor of Fine Arts. I told everybody after college I got a dance degree. Now, my dad was a little bit controlling, so I never, ever saw my diploma. I know it came. My mom told me it came. I never ever saw it until after he passed away, and I was digging through my stuff, and there was my diploma from University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point, and it said theater degree. I was like, I have a BFA in theater, and underneath it says dance emphasis. But if I had, sorry about the noise. If I had known that I had a theater major when I was applying for jobs, along with dancing, I could have said I have a theater major rather than a dance major. And you know what people believe about theater majors? People who have theater majors, they believe they can act like they know what they're doing. They believe they can act like what they know what they're doing. So they can fake it till they make it. What do you think they think about dance majors? Dumb. That's it. They think dumb. So my professional career, especially in North Carolina, was as a receptionist and as a on a phone line. Not that there's anything wrong with call centers, for nothing wrong with call centers, but I could never get work that that met my intelligence. I'm only of well, I only took courses and can't act. Didn't you pay attention and take notes? I got class clown degree. There you go. SV Tickle Me Finn, you are full of all of it today. I love it. Keep it coming. You're so funny. You're so funny. I got a class clown degree. Well, I only took okay. I took yes. B lady, I'm a good student. I was also really, really not well put together. And no, I was finally put together. I was a little I wasn't quite sure where I was when I was in college half the time. I I didn't know how to I didn't know how to do life, and I certainly didn't know how to adult. So I wrote a I can act, any woman who is married can act. What else is going on? Carter C. What? My son had 26. He got BA honors degree in performing arts. I was one proud mama. You know what, Amanda Brearley? Amanda, anytime a kid graduates from college, I'm happy and I'm proud. I'm happy and I'm proud. Anytime a kid graduates from high school, holy Hannah, I get teary eyed, especially if I've watched them grow through 4 years, and then they come back to me. They come back to me. They come back to me. See, Carter's Eat. I soaked up all of that. Anyway, they come back to me, and after their first year of college, thank you. After their second year of college, after their third year of college, and then they graduate, and you're like, oh my God, I've known this student for 8 years, and look at their success. Look at them, and then I have one girl. Just awesome and beautiful. She is now working for the city of Minneapolis, and they send her as an ambassador all around the country and overseas. And she sat in my English class, and she was she came over to my house when she started college. She came over to my house every month for the first year, because I will say it. I'll just say it. African American women gosh, I'm sorry, you guys, my nose. African American women at the University of Minnesota are small in numbers, and we have a lot of people who come from rural areas and international areas, but rural areas to go to the University of Minnesota. And when you come from an urban high school where there are lots of different people, African American, Mexican, Latino, Asian, Southeast Asian, Chinese, white, European American, if you want to say it that way. If all of these people represented in big numbers, and then you go to a school for the first time, you're the only African American kid in a class. Shocking. Even though most of my students who graduate and keep in touch with me, they were in all the advanced classes, and there were 3 or 4 of them in the advanced classes. That's still different than being the only in a class. It's difficult. And then it still happens where professors call on you to be the representative for your race, and that's freaking crazy, where they want to know the Black perspective on this or the Asian perspective. from the one Asian or the one Black person. Anybody understand this experience? Yeah, okay, you were obviously not in a Black area too bad. No, no, I did not grow up in a Black area. I did not grow up in a Black area at all. Yeah. So, no, I didn't grow up sorry, guys, what am I'm clicking. I need to stop clicking. Um, yeah, so I did not grow up in a Black area. I grew up in a very well, Minnesota is white. Outside of the city when I was growing up, the cities had it had a strong Black population, a strong Jewish population. We had a lot of immigrants from Vietnam in the early '80s, and then Cambodia and Laos from there on out. Um, I missed a lot of so B Lady and others. I missed a lot of the Black experience in college, but I had a lot of really good experiences in college. So, I mean, really good experiences. I would never go back. I was crazy. I was a little bit lost, but I would never take back the experiences I had in um, in college um, because I learned a lot about how to work with people that maybe didn't want to work with me, and that I think is a very important um, important skill. I know that feeling, Karen. In 1960, I was in only Australian in school in New Orleans, and boy, what did I get to? Yeah. Singled out is you can go with that two different ways. I was always singled out. Thank you, thank you, Jace. I was always singled out because of race, but I took it I was able to somehow turn that into not worship. I'm not going to say that, but I used it to the best of my ability. Where people were, you always get, oh, this is my Black friend Karen. That's what we got in the '70s, '80s, and even the '90s. This is my Black friend Karen. Okay, whatever. And then you got to find a way around that. Reap what you sow, Lejeune. Old school. New Orleans is not far from me. Yes. And we had, you know what, B Lady, you're lucky because I can count on one hand how many Black professors I had in my life. In my life, one hand, and it's this many. So SV Tickle Me Finn, old school. I grew up in Perth, Australia. Yeah, yikes. Yikes. Wow, that is terrible. Get shot here saying that. We did our practice teaching. Um, so when I did my student teaching, I did it in an all Black school in Minneapolis. It was mostly, I would say it was 90% Black and then 10% Mexican and Latino. So Hispanic, but we don't use that word very often here in Minnesota. So, um, so we have some Australians in here. That's wonderful. Good to see you guys. Excellent. So here we are. I'm chilling. You're chilling with me, and you're still here. Let me back up and do some roll calls of people who were here and are here. And if you don't know any of them, please make sure you go and check them out. Jace has been with me for a long time. I'm really pleased with that. Thank you, Jace. You make me happy. Lynx Acres. Let's see. I don't want top chat. I want live chat. Okay. So we started out with, okay, so I'm moving slow. Oh, it's not letting me back up anymore. Okay, so Bruce Napier was here. I hope that you were able to refeed that, so that you had the feed. B Lady and Carter's Eat are my moderators. If you don't have them, they are the best, absolute best people, best moderators. I have really good moderators all around, but really good people. Amanda is here. All American is here or was here. SV Tickle Me Finn is making me laugh. Alyssa, Alyssa is here, and you guys check her out. Check her out. Check her out. Did I miss something? Did you say when do you teach and what time, Carter's Eat? So I'll just tell you this. I'm interrupting my flow, but that's all right because I'm looking at the chat that I missed. So I start work where I'm choreographing or I'm working with people. I start work at 6 o'clock, so 6 till 10. So that's when I work. So I'm live streaming in the morning. Anyway, so Carter's Eat, Lissa Kerwood, SV Tickle Me, Jace, Old School and Pebbles Travels. Sounds like he's from Australia, and SV Tickle Me Finn is from Australia. I understand. Reap What You Sow is here. I think, and that's who's been talking. So, you guys, I have to do perfect. I'm so glad Sis came back to me. Yay! Graduations make me cry. Oh yeah, seriously, right? SV Tickle Me Finn is from Michigan, or lives in Michigan, not in Australia. So you guys, I have to go let Amelia in the house because she's over in the garage whining. So let's see if we can do that. She probably wants some food. Amelia, do you want to go inside? Or are you? Oh, she's all caught up. Amelia's a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Amelia, come on, let's go inside. Come on. You need to go inside. Yes, let's go inside. Okay, you can go inside. Okay. All right. There you go, puppy. Do you want to go inside, Fritz? Okay. They're inside. Amelia's a good dog, more energy than Stella. Wonder if there's a chair in here. I think I'd prefer a chair. Oh, no, there's not a chair that I'd want to sit on. So this is a garage. It's a garage. It is lovely here, though. I haven't seen weather like that. Look at the sky, you guys. This is probably the best Minnesota day I'm going to have all summer. Doggy on the loose. Yes. What you so Lejeune? Okay. Trying to catch up on the chat. Born in Michigan, lives in Florida. So how did I think? I thought you were in Australia. Anyway, let me back up. I'm going to read the chat. Hubby and I. Oh, okay. We're talking about graduation. Okay. Michigan, lives in Florida. Doggy problems. JDS. Yes. You know, these, not my puppy. Yeah, it's not my puppy. Love her, but not my puppy. I was a wreck when my son graduated the other week when my son got a degree. You guys, I'm so proud of you parents for getting your kids over all those hurdles. I wish my mother was alive so I could just go back to her and say thank you, because I just didn't know where I was in the world for so long. I just didn't know where I was. And but my mother knew where I was. My mother knew who I was and what I could be, and she was there for me. You know, I'm in Canada, about 4 hours north of where Karen is now, Winnipeg. That's right. Just right up there. That is not far. No. Okay. So okay, you guys keep talking and I'll just talk about my mom because she was the most wonderful woman. Do you guys know the story of my adoption? I think this is really funny and really a challenge for my mom and a blessing for me. But my dad, this is I was born during the civil rights era, and my dad was a minister, and he was part of a group of ministers that would go to help voter registration in Alabama and Mississippi. So, in a time where they thought it was important that he write a will and last testament and will before he went down to the South to do voter registration. Yes, B lady. And so he was so moved by this experience. But living in Minnesota, he didn't know what he could do for the movement because he lived in they lived in this area, this park. It was Glenwood, so just about 2 hours southwest of where I am right now. So very rural. He was a minister at three different churches, and so one time, or they went to visit a neighbor and play cards and things like that, and their friend was the friend's house that they were at was the woman was a social worker, and they had just brought a child into the home from the Twin Cities through a program with Lutheran Social Services called the Permanent Home Plan for Unadoptable Children. The Permanent Home Plan for Unadoptable Children. Let me say that again. The last part. Unadoptable children. Why were we unadoptable? Not because there was anything wrong, not because there were drugs in our system or what. There, nothing other than the fact that one of the parents was white and one of the parents was black. In Minnesota, they would not adopt a mixed child to a black family. And there weren't very many white families that were adopting mixed children. The Permanent Home Plan for Unadoptable Children. So this woman brought a child, the social worker was part of this program and brought a child into her family. And my dad was over there drinking gin and playing cards because, you know, that's what ministers do. And he saw this baby. I'm still friends with this baby who is now a grown man, older than me. I'm still friends with this man. Saw this baby and said, I want one. That's what I can do. So he went to Lutheran Social Services and said, I want one. He filled out all the paperwork. And 3 weeks later, I kid you not, 3 weeks later, my dad announces to my mother, who has 5 babies under 10 years old, we're going to the cities tomorrow to go pick up a baby. We're doing this for the movement. My mother could have, and I'm sure she had some words to say. But she got in the car with my dad. They came down to the cities, and mind you, it was March and there was a blizzard, and my dad said, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. They got to Lutheran Social Services, and they showed my mom a list of babies or pictures of babies, and they said, which one do you want? And this is how I know there was somebody watching out for me, because my mother said, I can't pick from that list. Bring me a healthy baby. I just want a healthy baby, because she's had 5 under 10. Well, don't you know, the social worker who I met, not the one that was up in Glenwood, but the social worker that I met later, years in my life, and I I gave her a big hug. She was 89 at that time. Oh my God, what a darling. Anyway, she said, okay, that's fine. So I guess we were all out in the orphanage, or I don't know where we were, but my mom said she opened the door and out came this 6-month-old baby running right at her, running and falling down and running and falling down and running and falling down. Because at 6 months, I forgot to learn how to crawl. And I know there's something wrong with that. I guess I didn't crawl. I guess I got up and ran. And so I ran right into my mother's arms, kind of like how Stella laid on Troy's shoulder. I ran right into my mother's arms and my mom fell in love and they brought me home, and I've been blessed ever since. Now, you know there's craziness in every family, so you get a little confused sometimes, but the story is real. The story is real. My mother is an angel, and I am happier today than I can imagine I ever would have been had it not been for my crazy dad saying, we're going to go get a baby for the movement. Now, he's messed up, but my mother is an angel. McClendon Homestead, you were highlighted strangely here. Our grandson can't crawl, just runs, walks, nothing wrong with you. You know what? I think it says something about how I learned, though, because I did learn to run and I learned to run and stop by running into things. So I'm a kinesthetic learner for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm all about love. I don't like to think about the past and my white ancestors. You know what, Jace? You were all about you. When I look at my white friends or my friends, but I do acknowledge race, because if we don't, I'm not seeing you. When I look at my white friends, I don't see their ancestors, and I don't blame them for whatever happened. I just hope that they continue along with me to change the course of our future by improving circumstances for all of our children. Happy there are those of us who look at the person instead of the color. But Jace, you gotta, yes. Do you understand what I'm saying about color? If you say I don't see color, you're not seeing the person, because that's part of the beauty of who they are. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledging somebody's individual essence includes what they look like on the outside and the inside. I just love your wife to death. Yes, I understand. I mean, I don't judge. Yeah, Jace. Yeah, that. Yeah, I figured that's probably where you were going with that. You guys are talking about one pot meals. I'm all about telling my darn story, and I'm going off and I'm ignoring. I'm sorry I ignored you. I'm not sorry, Jace. I'm not sorry. Thank you for letting me tell my story. How's that? Oh no, blacks especially, those dark skinned like me, had been 10 minutes to show someone we are intelligent. We did, and we must have papers too. Okay. Boss Life Online, I did not acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. My story is interesting. I have, I'm sure everybody says this. People tell me I should write a book. Well, I could write a book. I actually would like to write a memoir. Instead, I write romance. This is the truth. Dark blacks have to prove until. You know what, Boss Life? I have very dark skinned friends, and I find they are really frustrated with that experience. I am sure I've only been experienced that in this context, which is when I start to speak, people say, "You don't sound black. What am I supposed to sound like?" That's the only thing. And then if I start to pontificate about something I know a lot about, and pontificate sounds bad, but if I start to talk about something that I know really well, like if you had me talking about my dissertation, about mentorship and about supporting young teachers, young people, and all that. If you had me start talking about that, I see people literally cock their head because they don't believe that I did the research for this. That's what happened in my one of my dissertation committee meetings. I was challenged by one of my professors, and I obviously was able to remove this person from my dissertation committee because of their obvious racism. But I have minute is instances of this, whereas I know my dark-skinned African American friends experience it on a daily basis. Cutie Pie, hey, welcome. We're talking about race now. We just got to that because I was talking about my adoption story and why I was considered unadoptable because I was brown and had mixed ancestry and how that was crazy. But I did get you guys, going back to the story, I was able to be adopted when I was 8, and the circumstances were, the laws must have changed, but the circumstances were my parents were going to move out of town or out of Minnesota. So I was still a ward of the state when I was 8 years old. My parents were going to move out of Minnesota to Iowa, and my father was going to be the head minister of a small church in Des Moines, I think. And so in order for them to be able to take me with them, they had to adopt me. So they adopted me. But here's the kicker. Once the congregation found out, this Iowa congregation, so when I was 8, it was in the early 70s. Once this Iowa congregation found out that my dad and my mom and dad had a black child, one of the hiring committee members said they didn't want no niggers in their congregation. And my dad was going to try to be okay with that. And my mom went ballistic and said, "We are not moving to this church. We are not doing that. We are not doing that." So yes, I use the N-word in the stream in context of a situation that my parents experienced in regards to me. I did not use the N-word in a racist connotation coming from me. I'm just making that clear that this is something someone said about me when my father was interviewing for a job. Our son, at 4 months from social services, we had to give them a family picture to see if any new child would blend. Really? So color is still, regardless of color, race, or religion, we all said and done race, and that's the human race. That's right, old school. That is true. That's all there is the human race. Right, but when you are dark-skinned, like me, you have to face facts out there. That's true. I'm not going to take B-Lady's experience away from her because I've seen it happen for real. And if you don't understand that to be a real thing, just take it from the person who's saying it, because you don't know their story. Their story is their experience. And all I can say is my experience with dark-skinned African-American people is that the B-Ladies, I don't have to back her up. She has all the voice she needs, but the B-Ladies experience is a real experience. Okay, SV Tickle Me Finn. You guys, I'm going to be done here. This was 26 years ago. We were dark-skinned mommy, white daddy, dark-skinned biracial daughter, very fair, unflag. UN flag is over our home. And great. That's just beautiful. It is that's a beautiful story. I would love to go into your live stream or I'd love to hear the whole story. I'd love to hear it. I'd like to see you make a video about that. Yes, SV Tickle Me Finn, you have been my friend today. You were funny, funny, funny. And you guys, I'm out of here. This is the first time I've really made 2 hours. I am out of here in 4 seconds. Thank you so much for coming. This has been a wonderful stream. And oh, hey, before I end, Bee Lady, the most Black female friends I've had since I got married 20 years ago is right now in YouTube. I lost all of my Minnesota Black friends, not so much my North Carolina friends. All of my Black friends in Minnesota, I lost them when I married a white man. Yep, wouldn't even come to the wedding. So we have that in common. Bye, Jace, thanks for coming. Bruce, thanks for coming. All American, yes, have a great day. I will talk to you all later. Bee Lady, we need to have a conversation, go to dinner, have church. That's what we need to do. All right, bye-bye.